Game 1 was ugly, but the Suns aren't going to be overreacting anytime soon. I'm Gerald Bourguet, and this is Solar Flares coming to you from the Target Center after the Suns practice ahead of Game 2 tomorrow. We heard from Frank Vogel, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant today, and I asked a couple of the guys about, dealing with the overreactions after a brutal Game 1 loss like that. Kevin Durant had to clarify who those overreactions were coming from first, and here's what he had to say about it.
From who?
From, fans.
Oh, yeah.
How important is it to block out the noises of that?
Sometimes it's about going out there and doing your job. It's hard to block out noise nowadays. You see it everywhere, so you just got to play through it and fight through it and understand that's just the nature of our game now. You're going to hear shit all the time, every day. Everybody watched games last night. Talked about the whole league throughout every game, so it's stuff that we just got to live in and live through, just play our game. And I think everybody here understands that.
When I asked Devin Booker a similar question, he brought up the Clippers series from last year where the Suns lost Game 1 before rattling off 4 straight wins. Obviously, that Clippers team was missing Kawhi Leonard, but he did draw some similarities between the two situations.
I can think back to the same situation last year. I'm not saying we're going to win the next 4 games, but there was a lot of overreacting after we lost Game 1 to the Clippers, and it's just a series. So understanding that, understanding every road team had a tough time in the playoffs. Game 1 of the playoffs so far this year, and we'll see how Game 2 goes.
When I asked Vogel about bouncing back after a brutal loss like that, here's what he had to say about the team's mentality.
Yeah, healthy respect for this basketball team that we're playing. We know that they didn't play their best basketball in our 3 regular season matchups. When we saw that, what they're capable of in Game 1, but we're still very confident that we can play better than we did in Game 1, and very confident in the matchup.
Now, part of Game 2's adjustments will obviously be getting Devin Booker free off the ball. Jaden McDaniels did a terrific job against Book in Game 1 and has done so in the last 3 meetings. Here's what Devin Booker had to say about McDaniels' defense.
He's been physical. He's a good defender. He has a lot of length, and he's physical, and they play hard together. So they have a good defensive team.
Kevin Durant mentioned McDaniels' length and athleticism in terms of being a guy that when he gets beat, he can use those tools to his advantage to get back into the play. And Vogel said he's a tremendous defender and they're going to have to attack him in the right way moving forward. Now, in terms of trying to look for his offense, Book said he's not going to try to force the issue. He said the other guys had it rolling, and he's okay with that as long as they win the game. He doesn't need to have an efficient night and be that guy in every game as long as the Suns win. Obviously, they lost Game 1 and Book struggled, shot 5 for 16, but he said he's trying to do everything out on the floor to help the Suns get a win. For more, keep it here on PHNX Sports.